Hey folks, Steve Woods here. I'm a knife maker for Wilson Combat, and I'm here to talk to you about the Moen Works Rotary Cooled Carbide Platen. Probably my favorite tool now in the shop. The tool is designed to really save you money and time. So the setup time in this is just literally out of the box, into your tool, into your grinder, and you're off and running. Once the deck was set for the angle, I was grinding within minutes, loving every minute of it. So the real power to the Moen Works Rotary Cooled Platen is obviously the cooling mechanism. Your belt on the outside drives the fan that's on the inside. Heat treat is extremely important. You spend a lot of money on heat treat. You don't want to ruin your knife with the heat from the belt softening your blade.
If you're into grinding blades after heat treat, you're not going to find a better system than this because of the way that it just dissipates heat through the rubber belt. It doesn't build up heat like a steel platen does. It's giving me a lot more control and a lot more peace of mind on my blade itself, so I'm not overheating it while I'm grinding it. It allows you to grind much harder and faster than you would on a standard platen because it just doesn't heat up.
Prior to having this piece of equipment in my shop, I was going 50 grit, 120, 220, then to my bead blast. Now I'm able to go from 50 grit directly to 220. Reason being is because of the rotary cooled platen and the belt that your sanding belts travel over, you get no belt bump.
You know, the unit's going to save you money in a lot of ways, but the main way that I've found, that I've discovered as a maker, the belts. I'm able to go from a 60 grit right to a 400, or right to an 800 I've done. And so you're just jumping right through because it's so precise and it cuts so clean and so fast. I was able to go to about a 220, maybe 400 grit finish on a flat platen before, and now I'm able to go straight to a 9 micron and then to a buffer. When I'm going by hand, I'm going straight to a 220, then I'm gonna go to a 400, and I'm being super careful, but I can jump right to a 400 or 800 from a 60 grit grind on a hardened blade. It's amazing the belts that I've been able to save since I started using this unit. For a guy that's going to be doing flat grinds, it's really the only way to achieve that kind of grind with the precision and the finish that you're going to want to do as a knife maker.
So guys, you know, time is money, and being able to jump between a 50 grit belt, then go to a 220 or 400. I'm skipping belts because I got no bump in the belt. Another great thing about the Moen Works Rotary Cooled Platen is I've got 2 locking lugs here. Then I've got this wheel. The wheel turns the work rest. It tilts the angle. Once you use your angle finder and you know your degrees for your knife, going back and resetting that is just extremely easy. Just with this wheel here, then you just, once you got it set, you lock your locks in and you're set. You're grinding. Adding the jig to this equation, I'm able to keep my grind lines extremely precise on both sides. You've got, you know, this easy rotation. You do your grinding. Once this side is finished with your 50 grit, you would then flip it, get your other side going, switch your belt to 220, come in there, grind this side, and then flip it back, and your knife is finished. This one piece of equipment allows me to move throughout all my knife sizes. Extremely versatile, you know, from my cub, my combat utility blade, to my hide fighter, just extremely easy to use. Having symmetry on my blade because of the jig is extremely important to me. The package here is 100%. You know, Jerry stands behind his product. He's delivered something to the knife industry that is just far superior than anything has ever come out.
I've been using the Moen Carbide Rotary Platen for about 6 months now, and I can't imagine making knives without it. I'm able to go from just a blank, heat-treated blank, to a mirror polish without ever touching it by hand. What it does for me as a knife maker, it's almost like buying a time machine. I'm able to just speed my time way up, and what it's going to do for a new knife maker, it's going to advance his career by about a decade on what he's able to achieve as far as precision, what he's able to achieve as far as symmetry and the finish. It's just a win-win for anybody that's going to wind up with one of these.